Hello world! Welcome to another exciting episode of Empires Without Numbers. Would one of the... I guess you guys are here. Would one of the two players with me today like to regale us with the exciting tales of daring do that our samurai engaged on last week?
Is this the session I was at?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Played any sessions without, yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know you skipped it. All right. So, starting with this, I'm just gonna go off my diary thing, so I don't lose anything. We went through the forest with Hantai Dembi and his people to find Jama. And we came across a bunch of slain individuals, where we also were reacquainted with our spirit, our trickster spirit, that led us out of the forest into the Owl Clan's house, where these dead bodies were, where she leaped down and proclaimed that they were killed by a spirit named Baku, who was enraged by what was going on in the forest. She decided to accompany us further on as a translator and person that would be our courtier for the spirits in the event we ran into them. And as we traveled further, we ran across the panda spirit that was very quickly being decayed and eaten by spiderlings. Instead of dealing with that, we decided to move forward and take our camp for the night. While resting, or after resting, I'm assuming the early part of the morning, we were attacked essentially by Baku himself, the spirit, who was enraged at the people that were coming into the forest, thinking that we had something to do with the Maho that was infecting his spirit friends, wherein he decided to leap upon us and begin to rip at my chest. Before he and I and the entire party could get into a massive brawl, we were all attacked by undead, essentially, that came through the forest and attacked the camp. After slaughtering them, Baku realized that we were actually on the good team and that our quest wasn't to cause harm, but to stop it. So he decided to travel with us to the shrine, where we found Hantai-Jama being persuaded by our Shugenja friend who attempted to kill us when we first arrived in this new land. We dealt with him and rescued Hantai-Jama from being manipulated into a way he did not want to be, wherein we were then attacked by, I'm going to butcher this word, Ichiban?
Yep.
Who was attempting in his quest to break Jama's will so that he could infest his body and begin destroying the world as we know it with his magic. After that, plot was thwarted. A spirit got caught by a giant spider oni in the center of the lake, and Ikuban was heading towards it to claim its heart for the Shugenja that we had beaten. Before he was able to do that, Jama intercepted him and slayed him with the help of Murasaki. Then in the center of the lake, below the giant cocoon where the Oni had housed the spirit, 5 Shugenja that appeared to be the same Shugenja that we had bested again appeared underneath it. Everybody raced over to deal with him and rescue the spirit. Before we got there, we realized that the webbing was impossible to break, even with the Emperor's sword. And lo and behold, our moth friend hatched and began to eat the webs, while we went and attacked the Shugenja, who turned out to be 5 separate Shugenja, each with different affinities. I hear Pokemon. And after that, we were in intense combat where we all pretty much got our butts kicked. Two of us died, or presumably died. And before Marasuki got her final words in, the cocoon above snapped. Everybody fell down. Jama killed the Oni. And then our pet moth, who is now named, I cannot remember for the life of me, Mascarin, thank you, started to shine very brightly. We were wherein he opened a gateway, or some people opened a gateway, 2 men, who then picked up me and our unicorn friend and guided Marasuki through the door, where we encountered a divine individual.
Perfect. Give yourself a void point for that.
Oh yeah, I already have max void points.
A bonus one.
Oh, I got a bonus one. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That diary is useful.
So much power in the written word. Undava. Right. So today's session starts out with once again, we find ourselves, the unobjective. Do you guys have your character sheets in? Yeah, you do. Okay, sorry. I had them in a subsection, so I didn't see the little dots. Murasaki and Haruma. So you two are brought into this geisha house area that we may be beholding now. If I have the right tag, I do. Okay. All is kosher. And, you know, I just want to point out these stairs. There are no, like, I couldn't find a single stair tile that pleased me. So the whole time I just want you guys to look at those stairs and judge me for placing them on this map. You guys are brought into what you would describe as a geisha house. It is nice, a little bit cozy. It's snowing outside of the geisha house, but you wouldn't say it was well decorated. It's kind of bland from what you guys can tell. There are currently 2. You know, I had 2 weeks to look this term up. I didn't. 2 male geisha. You can tell they're male geisha because they have very beautifully colored kimonos that they're currently wearing. Who are helping Haruma into the room because he's in a bad shape. And I think it makes sense that Utaku's the one who doesn't come back because she got hit with pure void, so she tragically got erased. In our hearts and in the game. So you guys are, you know, they welcome you to the geisha house beyond time, and walk you guys over to this table over here.
Drag. I'm still knocked out, I believe.
Yeah, they drag you over there. Let's see. Yep, I moved they moved the pillows so you guys can sit on them comfortably.
Wait, those are nice looking pillows.
Pardon me?
Sorry, I just had to say that. I said those are nice looking pillows.
I know, as soon as I saw the token, I was like, oh my god, I found it. And so these guys also, one of them heads over here, then heads back, and has a jug full of glowing water. And you guys go,
Oh.
That glowing water looks familiar. I wanted booze.
Hey, after you go for shit like that, you kind of need a stiff drink.
If you recall, the
lake was magical.
Yep, it could heal any wounds.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that.
So they have some water that they pour on bandages and are wrapping around our injured Harumas to kind of get them back into a presentable shape. And they're, humming as they do it. They seem like two cheery boys. They're twins. I don't know if I mentioned that, but they are.
I believe it was mentioned they look the same.
Sweet. And after you guys are ready, this fellow in front of you nods.
Wait, do we recover health?
Yeah.
Like fully?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That's some good water. And to think all the suffering in the world, and it could be cured if these guys were a little bit more industrious. Anyway. So the fellow before you has glowing white eyes. I don't think his face is a shadow like in that picture, but in the other pictures of him, he just like has mutton chops and looks ridiculous. So I couldn't bring myself to use that as his character portrait. But yeah, very obviously a divine individual. He gives off an otherworldly aura, and you'd say even kind of a sinister aura, because he's a dead boy. So do with that what you will. But he nods to you both politely and says, "Welcome to my geisha house. I am Ryushan, the dead kami. And if you guys would like to make a lore roll to see if you know anything about him."
I was about ready to ask that.
Theology.
Well, I don't have that, so straight intelligence.
Alright.
25. Not too
Hey.
shabby.
I got a 7.
Murasaki's just along for the ride, you know?
It's alright.
Well, it's actually not surprising that Murasaki doesn't know about Ryushin, because at the dawn of the Empire, Hantai basically forbid any mortals talking about him. Because he wanted his brother to rest in peace and didn't think that mortals should talk about him. So.
Alright.
But somehow that information leaked through, and Isamui is acquainted with the final kami. I believe he was the oldest, and he was the first to get eaten by the moon when he went crazy. And so when Hantai freed all the kami from heaven, he unfortunately had been in his father's stomach the longest, so he died. So he traveled to the land of the spirit realm of Mido, and instead of passing on to the realm of honored ancestors, he chose to stay there and protect all the realms from dangers that might seek to destroy them. So for the past 1,000 years, he's been a diligent guardian, stopping extra dimensional threats from destroying reality. Fun
Well,
guy.
it would make sense that I'd see him because I did have the touch of Gakkaido or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
So there we go.
He also spirits, is the person that guides spirits through the realms. So
Perfect, we've met.
yeah. And so he sits you down, and the two geisha boys ask if there's would you like a drink or a meal to make you more comfortable in our house?
I respectfully decline. I'm
Paradox.
in no mood to eat. I'm in no mood to eat at the current time. Thank you for the offer, though.
And they bow and says, of course, Murasaki.
I'll take a drink.
Oh, and what is your pleasure, madam?
Sake.
But of course! And they make a sophisticated hand gesture, and whisk each other off towards the bar where they joyfully pour you a glass of sake, set it down next to you, and then set down the container next to you as well, and they will take their seats on this side of the table, making sure that your glass of sake never runs dry.
Alright, Murasaki's a bit creeped out by them now.
They're just diligent. Ryushan introduces them, because that's only polite. They are the attendants of the geisha house beyond time, Shiba and Bayushi, respectively.
I bow my head to them and bow my head towards our guest, or our host. Thank you very much for saving us from that situation.
Yes, thank you.
He says, "Yes, it's my pleasure, but I'm afraid I can't say it was completely altruistic. For to save my world, I believe that saving you two was necessary."
Could you elaborate?
Oh,
Save your world?
I'm afraid not. Sorry. Yes, you two are not from Togashi's empire, are you?
I don't believe we are.
Aha! Neither am I. We come from the realm of the realm where Hantai is the true emperor of Rokugan, correct?
You would presume
Yeah.
correctly.
That is as I thought. As you may know... Shut up. Sorry. As you may know, you were sent to take down a Shugenja who's performing some ritual which was caustic to Rokugan itself. Tragically, it would seem you failed in your mission, and the Shugenja, Long is his name, succeeded in completing his ritual, which tore the fabric of Rokugan asunder. Specifically, it shattered the timeline of Rokugan at the very dawn of the Empire, at the tournament of the Kami. And as a result, Rokugan, our reality has been shattered into 8 different shards, where each of the Kami reigns as the emperor or empress of their own empire. He says, and across those empires, individuals like yourself and the artifacts from our reality were torn apart and, sprinkled throughout the empires.
So you're saying that the Shugenja ripped the very fabric of reality, causing multiple dimensions to appear, where each of the Kamui, is what I said?
Yep.
Own their own lands, and then intermingled certain individuals and artifacts between them randomly. And this all occurred at the dawn of the Empire. Why specifically the dawn of the Empire? What was the goal? Do you have any idea?
Frankly, I'm not sure how a mortal gained the power to split reality apart in the first place. That is a mystery which still vexes me. From what I can presume from the actions of this organization, which you have been privy to, I have noticed in your travels. The 5 rings are their name.
You mean the masked people?
Yes, the mask-wearing people. Their goal was not to destroy reality as it seems fit. Throughout the realms, they seem to be collecting artifacts and people from the different realities to fit their purpose somehow. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say they are trying to find a way to create a reality where, that is ideal for them. Whatever ideology or just personal benefit that might bring about.
Sorry, I'm writing this all down. It is quite a lot. All right. Yusumori
What's the
ponders
real
it for a
reality?
second.
Is the one we came from?
Yes, Hontai would be the prime reality.
Is that reality still here?
No, it's been divided apart between the basically that reality. The core of that reality was split apart into the shards, which now exists under the control of the other kami.
So, if
Dante has no power anymore? Or he's not an emperor in any?
That's correct. That reality, your reality, has been destroyed.
so if I'm to get this straight, I would assume you're here to entice us to fix the issue for you. Am I wrong?
Oh, for me is a very strong, very accusatory term. With me, under my with my assistance. Yes, indeed.
Why us?
Because it's your because frankly, this all came apart due to your inability to stop it from happening in the first place. And you are citizens of that universe. Shouldn't you want to see your home and your friends return to the way they were?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you of course are not alone. There are other individuals scattered throughout the universes that can aid and assist us in this battle.
Well, are we the only ones from the original reality left?
Not all. There are plenty of people sprinkled throughout these other realities.
So how do you plan on fixing this? Or letting us collect these individuals might assist us in returning the old reality to a complete self, destroying the 8 other realities?
Well, and he says, "Can I see the